everyone, Instructor Brooks here, and today's lesson is on the Biceps Femoris, one of our major hamstring muscles. So what I want to do today is go over some really quick basic information for students who are starting their journey, trying to learn anatomy, or even if you're a clinician trying to refresh yourself. But it's so important that we have these basics down because, like I say here, the basics are the foundation on which everything else stands. So if your foundation sucks, it's all going to come crashing down. And that's a big problem I see with students, is not investing in the time early on to solidify that foundation. And we're going to start that today. If you stay to the end, I'm going to remind you again about a specific study strategy for muscle anatomy that I have created that really helps you learn the information so that you're not always re-studying over and over and over again, so you can actually ingrain it into your long-term memory. And that's why this is the study tip of the day, because the only way to really and truly learn and memorize information is to engage it from multiple different angles and different ways, and that helps create and generate multiple pathways in your brain. That's a whole nother story on how you learn, but that's why it's important to look at my study strategy. All the information today is going to come out of the Essentials of Kinesiology book that is super prominent in almost every physical therapy assistant program in the country. Major objectives today, like I said, we're keeping it short, sweet, and simple, but basic, because that's what's important. You're going to know your origin, insertion, and action of the Biceps Femoris. Also, you're going to be aware of anything that's a special consideration that you should kind of jot down on the side for further exploration as you continue to build your information for the Biceps Femoris. So let's get into this. There's actually going to be two slides of muscles here, because the Biceps Femoris is special because it has multiple heads. All right, when you're looking at the long head is going to help extend the hip. That's why this is a special consideration. So when you look here, you're going to notice that the origin of the Biceps Femoris long head is on the pelvis, on the ischial tuberosity. This is why it's going to extend the hip, all right? And then you're going to see here that it inserts on the head of the fibula. So that's why it's going to help flex the knee. So we're going to have knee flexion and hip extension. Now, because it crosses two joints, that means the Biceps Femoris can be both passively and actively insufficient. And that is just a concept that students either get or they struggle with. So I have some videos to show you how to place the hamstrings in the passive and actively insufficient position. And if you can get that down, man, you're going to get so many more test questions right, and you're going to feel so much more confident in the clinic and even on your practicals when you're working with your instructors. So that's the long head. Now let's go to the short head. So the short head is special because it does not do any hip extension. And this is why it's a trick question, and you'll see this on some exams depending on your instructor, because the Biceps Femoris short head is going to originate on the femur, kind of like that mid to distal posterior side of the femur there, okay? It does not touch that pelvis at all. So it can't extend the hip, but it's going to cross that knee. It's going to be here on that medial posterior side of the tibia and then on the head of the fibula. Thus, it's going to help flex the knee. And actually, the short head of the bicep is the only hamstring muscle that only flexes the knee. How about that? The rest of them will also help extend the hip. Thus, they could also be passively insufficient. So, I hope this video was helpful. I really would love your feedback. If you thought it was helpful, let me know in the comments section. That would be great. And if not helpful, then tell me it wasn't helpful and give me an idea of something you'd like me to do to make it helpful for you. Also, if you have any strategies that have worked for you in the past to memorize action, origin, insertion, feel free to share that in the comments section. Help the community out because there's more than one way to do things. So just because my way might work for me doesn't mean it's going to work for everyone. So a sharing of ideas is always awesome. And if there are other muscles you would like me to do, feel free to leave those in the comments, and I will gladly put together a quick little lesson for you on that as well. So now what? Well, it's over. So smash that like button if this was helpful. Sign up to be click the subscribe button and become a part of our community so we can continue to grow and help each other out as we journey through school. And sign up for notifications. You can modify that however you want, but set it up so that you get notifications anytime we release a new video. Also in the description, you'll see my awesome strategy, my muscle anatomy strategy, that can really help you learn the information so you're not just redundant studying and taking an exam and then having to restudy that information. So click on the link for that video and it'll tell you a lot more. Explore all my other videos. I got tons on passive and active insufficiency. Like I said, those will be in the comments or in the description. Click on those as well. And go to instructorbrooks.com, sign up to stay informed. There's a link in the description as well. Go figure, it's all in the description. So you can stay informed and know about all of our upcoming projects. And if you got all that, have an awesome day.